welcome to the channel. Thanks for tuning into the Pedal Picassos once again. I'm Rod. If it's your first time, please hit subscribe. Leave a comment below. Let us know what you like in pedals, what you'd like to see demoed, whether it's new, whether it's old. In this case, vintage. Vintage going back to 1981, in fact 1979, with the Maxon analog delay AD-80. 1981 for the Boss delay DM-2. Both classic analog delay units and the first of their kind ever to be introduced by both companies to corner the compact delay market. Boss had entered the delay market with the DM-1, which was a mains powered device, very large, similar to the C1 in size. And then they were able to get a small package using Bucket Brigade chip, the 3005, MN3005, which was used also in the Maxon AD-80. And for the first time, musicians, guitarists had a compact analog delay rather than having to take out some fragile tape delay units. They were able to get those delays and echoes they sought after. Now, these are both originals, so we're looking at 1981 in the case of the Boss and 1979 in the case of the Maxon. I did have in the early 80s the Ibanez version. Maxon, of course, built these, and then Ibanez licensed Maxon's designs for global distribution. The Maxon is 18 volts DC and took two 9-volt batteries and chewed through them. The Boss is 9 volts, takes one 9-volt battery. I've got these both hooked up to DC power supplies, so I'm not chewing through batteries today. I've got them maxed out to their delay times, which is around 300 milliseconds for each. And I've got them both going because I just wanted to cascade them together to see what happens when you get these clocked sort of together and doing a triplet repeat. So it's dot 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 dot, but you can be dot 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 dot. So you could do this. That type of thing. Now that's emulating something that the Edge might have done. He used to dial in some digital delay units, and for that particular riff there might be 3 separate delay times that are getting outside 500 milliseconds. This is maxed out at 300 milliseconds, and you're getting something that's closely organic with these two stacked. I'll play one on their own. I'll play the DM by itself. Get the drift, and we'll compare that to the sound of the AD-80. Da, da, da. I've got 3 repeats there going on that one. This has got slightly more. It's got 4 repeats. Now the knobs on the DM-2, you can confuse these two pedals because they don't do the same things at all. The delay time on the DM-2, reversed, intuitively reversed. So if you bring it all the way up, you get your shortest delay time. There you go. Set for slapbacks. That type of thing. The intensity knob number of repeats, and the echo is actually the blend of the effect, how much delay there is. And that seems very sensitive. Okay, got it subtle there. And one of the beauties of these things is you can put them into self-oscillation by dialing up the amount of the effect and also the number of repeats. So you can get into those territories pretty easily. You can get yourself in all sorts of mischief. All sorts of mischief. But you get the drift. Now, the bucket brigade chips, they're a capacitance array, and so you lose a lot of top end, and this gives the the so-called analog warmth to these delays. Well, it's not pristine. It's not digital delay, which is giving you a pristine, exact replication of the note that you've just played at a time difference set that you can set with a mix you can set. The delays you get here are degrading, and that gives them their tone or the colour, and they're sought after by guitar players these days because, I don't know, it's a more organic tone, or it might sit a little bit better in a mix. So I've got that degrading after about 4 repeats. You can just hear the 5th. All right, let's have a listen to the AD-80 in comparison. The delay time knob is intuitive. So if you got it all the way up, you're expecting the maximum delay time, which it is. The repeat knob is for number of repeats. And the blend, yeah, it's as you would think, the mix. So it's very intuitive. Once again, if you wind up your blend and your number of repeats, you can get yourself into mischief with self-oscillation. Right. Differences between the two. For me, the repeats on the AD-80 seem to squish. You don't seem to get the top end clip as much, but you do get a narrowing of the resolution. So the resolution of repeats, it feels like the bottom end and the top end is being shaved off. Whereas with the DM-2, it's just losing the top end. And there you can hear as the tail's off there, it just starts to squish a little bit. All right. Noise. Well, I had detected a little bit of hiss and a little bit of noise floor on the DM-2. I don't seem to get any on the AD-80. If I put them together, there I can hear it. Right, so which culprit? And I could just hear the switching engage on the AD-80. Okay, so the pedals are 40 years old plus. You've got, I suppose, the option to stack one, have a slap back on one. And a longer delay time on another. But I think where the beauty for me lies in these pedals is trying to get them very similar, and they're never going to be exactly similar. And then setting up that triplet thing. with one of them on, it sounds okay, but when you get two of them on, and then slightly adjust the delay time on one, so you know that the delay times are going to be slightly different. That's where you can have some fun. So altering your delay time slightly, and if you can, split it so you can plug them into two different amps and you can get this big stereo effect going on. Look, thanks. I hope you've enjoyed this little dive into these pedals, these vintage analog delay pedals. Let us know if you got one or a variant of these. DM-1, I'd like to see a DM-1. They were a very short run. And I've never seen one in the flesh. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time. Cheers.